This is one of my favorite recipes to use when I have some rotisserie chicken that I want to use up, or maybe I remember to grab one at the grocery store. This is the perfect recipe to use with a rotisserie chicken, and it only takes about 30 minutes. Follow along and I'll show you step by step how to make this really easy chicken enchilada recipe that will have your family asking for seconds. Welcome back. I'm Jill with thecarefreekitchen.com, and today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my all-time favorite go-to dinner recipes. This is my red chicken enchilada, and this is filled with rotisserie chicken and cream cheese, and it has green chilies and lots of shredded cheese. So it is one of our all-time favorite Tex-Mex recipes when you just have that craving and you want to make dinner at home. So follow along and let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is take the meat off of the bones, of course, and then I like to chop it so that it's in probably 3/4 inch little chunks. I like it to be bite-sized and not super shredded. I think like it has like a nice consistency when it's just like in chunks. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my tortillas, and I had some raw tortillas on hand and I just buy them in the grocery store just like that, and then I like to cook them on my skillet at home. I mean, these make like the most chewy and yummy tortillas, but if you just have the regular ones in your refrigerator, that works too. I mean, we are all about easy and just getting dinner on the table and having it taste delicious. So these are my tortillas, and I'm just going to prepare all of them. For a 9x13 casserole dish, you're probably going to need about 8 tortillas, so you can plan accordingly. Okay, so to a bowl, I'm going to add my cream cheese, my green chilies, my shredded cheese, and you can use really any kind. You can put in even some pinto beans, some like canned beans would work in this recipe too, but I'm just going to add chicken today, and then I'm going to stir it up, and this makes such a nice, rich and creamy, yummy sauce inside these tortillas. And now I'm going to prepare my baking dish, and I just have a 9x13 inch baking dish here, and you can spray it with non-stick cooking spray. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the bottom of the baking dish with my red enchilada sauce, and then to my tortillas, I'm just going to add probably a 1/2 cup of the chicken mixture, and if you kind of pull it back and roll it up tightly, they will keep their shape while they bake. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that for all 8 of my tortillas and use up all of that chicken. If you have a big crowd you're feeding, 1 enchilada per person is about right, but if it's like kids, then they're probably only going to have a 1/2 of an enchilada, especially if you have some other kind of sides. So anyway, that kind of gives you a gauge on how much to prepare for this meal. Go ahead and roll up the rest of your tortillas and add them to your baking dish. Now I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees while I finish up these enchiladas, and then I'm going to gently put them into the baking dish one at a time. Now to finish these off, I'm going to add the rest of the can, and this is a 28-ounce can. I'm going to add the rest of the enchilada sauce right on top, and I like to leave like the little edges so they can get like that little bit of crispiness there. Add the rest of your enchilada sauce, and then I like to add some shredded cheese on top. And if you do Monterey Jack, that will give it like the nicest like cheese pull. Now you can bake it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until the top is nice and golden brown. The edges of those tortillas should be nice and golden, and the cheese should be melted. I like to cut it in half so it's like a little bit easier to serve, and then you can just pull it out, add it to your plate. I like to serve it with Spanish rice. I have a really yummy Spanish rice recipe on my website. These red chicken enchiladas are quick and easy, super flavorful, and perfect for your meal prep, and also just a total family favorite. Thank you so much for watching this episode of thecarefreekitchen.com. Of course, you can always find my recipes on my website at thecarefreekitchen.com, or Google the Carefree Kitchen red chicken enchiladas and you'll find it there too. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me for more Carefree Kitchen recipes. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.